Good morning, everybody. My name is Pranav, a legal intern at Lexis and Company for the month of June. And today, I'll be discussing about the Sale of Goods Act and the essential elements of a valid contract of sale. Contracts or agreements related to sale of goods are governed under the Sale of Goods Act 1930. In the beginning, sale of purchase of goods was governed by the Indian Contract Act. Then, a separate act known as the Sale of Goods Act was established in the year 1930. Prior to this act, there was no separate legislation to govern the sale and purchase of goods. Section 4 of the Sale of Goods Act provides that a contract of sale of goods is a contract whereby the seller transfers or agrees to transfer the property in goods to the buyer for a price. The term contract of sale includes both sale and an agreement to sell. What are the essentials of a valid contract of sale? The following are the essential elements to constitute a contract of sale of goods. First essential is presence of two parties, which is a bilateral contract. The seller and buyer must be two different persons. This is based on a principle that a person cannot be the buyer of his own goods. There are, however, certain exceptions to the general rule that a person cannot be the buyer of his own goods. A person may buy his own goods in the following circumstances, that is, an auction, an execution of a decree, or between a part owner. State of Gujarat vs. Ramanlal S and Company is a case law on this point. This was a case on the dissolution of a firm. The assets of the firm were divided among the partners. The court held that it was not a sale, as the partners, being the joint owner of those assets, cannot be both sellers and buyers of those assets. The next essential element is the goods, or which is also known as the subject matter of the contract. The subject matter of the contract of sale must always be goods, which is defined under section 2 subsection 7 of the Act. That is, any movable property can be expressed as goods. Sale of immovable property is governed by the Transfer of Property Act. The goods may be existing or future goods and must be movable. Third essential element is the transfer of property in goods. That is, there should be a transfer of ownership from one party to another. The transfer of property in goods is in fact the essence of the contract of sale. Thus, a mere transfer of goods by the owner from one place to another cannot amount to sale. Here, the ownership is transferred from the seller to the buyer. The buyer cannot be given only limited ownership, he must have absolute transfer of ownership. The transfer of passing of property is the test to determine whether there was a sale or an agreement to sell between the seller and buyer. The next essential element is the presence of consideration. It is a general rule that an agreement without consideration is void. Hence, in a contract of sale, the consideration of money in a contract of sale distinguishes it from bailment. In order to constitute a contract of sale, consideration should be present. The buyer has to pay reasonable monetary consideration for the sale of goods. Uttar Pradesh Cooperative Cairns Union Federation versus West Uttar Pradesh Sugar Mills Association is a case law on this point, wherein the sugar factories in UP were compelled to enter into sale agreements for prices fixed by the state government, which were above the minimum prices fixed by the central government under regulation of a quota under the Act, which was not accepted by the workmen, and hence the Supreme Court held that compulsory sale under a legislature act does not lose the character of a sale. And the last essential element is it has to satisfy all the other essentials of a valid contract. A contract of sale is a special type of contract. That is, all the essentials of a valid contract must be present in a contract of sale. As per Section 10 of the Indian Contract Act, a contract of sale must also have free consent, capacity of partners, lawful consideration, and lawful object, and the contract should not be declared as void by the law. And with this, I come to the end for today's discussion. And tomorrow in this session, I will be talking about the various kinds or the types of goods. Until then, stay safe and have a great day. Thank you.